Wherever you're aware of what's going on for you, let's just take a little bit of kindness. And when the fire element is balanced, it is full of clarity, it's full of joy. And one of the most easy ways to shift energy on all three of the doshas or the malas is laughter. So I'm add in some laughter today. So my intention is we're gonna use everything we've built on from the couple classes prior. And if you've noticed, we've done the same practice, but we've just done it a little more intentionally, a little more quickly, and keep adding on with that. So hopefully it'll become familiar, and as your strength builds, you'll actually start to like it. All right, so let's come here, hands behind you, feet forward. Pull your throat back, and I want you to find that this actually feels good for you. So some of you need to turn your hands all the way out or all the way back. I don't know where your shoulders are telling you. You can find some support without, and open the front body without feeling like this is too big of a strain. Your core is still very active. Let's see if you can just lean back and free up your neck a little bit. Good. And then we'll cross your legs, maybe sitting on a blanket. Yeah. Let your hands rest on your legs. Turn your gaze to your left and notice how far you can look. And bring it back to center. We'll take the right arm on top like you were a genie granting a wish, and let the fingers of the right hand come to the outer left elbow. Without moving the hips or the upper body, gently pull the arms to your right. So there's no twist in the upper spine. There's no twist in the neck. It's just your arms moving in this horizontal plane. So no twist in the core. Pam, don't twist from your ribs. It's just your arms moving. Yep. Same thing, Sheryl. Really like rein in. Use your core strength to hold the ribs steady so that we're not moving the shoulders. The shoulders aren't moving. It's just the arms. Yes, it's hard. Rein it in. Yeah, there's no movement in the sternum. You should just feel a nice stretch out here on the upper arm. And bring that back and let it rest, and look to your left again and see if your neck will turn farther. Inhale, center, switch the cross of your legs and look to your right. Notice how far can you look? Bring it back to center, and we'll take left arm on top of right. Firm your core, sit up nice and tall, and we'll switch. Actually, pull to the right, sorry, got confused. It's a pretty small movement. If your shoulders are really tight, you might not be moving your arms very far at all. Squeeze your inner shoulder blades towards your spine as you do this. There we go. So no movement in the ribs or the belly. Should all try to rein in the twist of the upper back, and it's just the arms moving. Yes, better. And gaze has to stay straight ahead. Gaze has to stay straight ahead. Gaze has to stay straight ahead. Okay, release. Take a gaze to the right. Does it feel better? You have more range of motion. Back to center, circle out your shoulders. Okay, lie on your backs. Cactus arms. Pick up your knees right over your hips so that there's still some lumbar curve. And even as you keep the lumbar curve, try to soften the floating ribs towards the back of the body with your exhalation. As if you had that block, squeeze the knees together and only lower the legs as far as you can keep the knees together to the left. And as you do that, think of this as a way to open that right front of your shoulder. Find that just right spot where when you turn your head a little bit to the left, maybe not all the way, because we're really looking for some fascial opening from the base of the right side of the skull, through the right side of the neck, through that whole right pectoralis and anterior deltoid. Inhale, center, then pause. Soften the back of the ribs towards the mat. Try to keep the curve in the lower back as you do. Squeeze the knees and let the knees go all the way down. And then turn your head a little bit to the right and see if you can find a good stretch through the left side of your neck. There are muscles called scalenes. And they attach underneath your collarbone, down through the pec. And deepen the breath. When you use your diaphragm to breathe throughout the day, your neck will not be as angry. All right, back to center. Now we'll take figure four, right ankle over left leg. Reach through and hold. And switch sides. Left leg over right, fire leg. Try to keep, if your hips will let you, I'll instruct it this way. If your hips will let you, the baby toe of your left foot goes to the middle of the right femur bone, so it's connected to the bone of your leg. If the hips are too tight, you can cross the ankle instead of the foot, but try to keep the foot deeply flexed. Yeah. Good. And release. And you can either hold your knees or peace fingers to thumbs for a happy baby. My bottom, my bottom. Rock it around a little bit across your sacrum. And then feet to the earth. And pull the side bodies long, shoulders towards your ears, shoulder blades under your heart. Plant your feet for a bridge pose. And before you lift your hips, really push down from the inner knee to the inner ankle, from the outer buttocks to the outer ankle. Pushing the feet down, energetically drag them back towards your buttocks. And now press your head from behind your eyes into the mat, your triceps down into the floor, and then we're gonna lift up into a bridge that's, I want you to think of it like this. It's designed to dispel, to release excess fire. So soften the Ujjayi breath and lengthen the front of the body by strengthening the back of your body. Tailbone is definitely active here. Hips to the earth. Okay. And you can either roll to the right or rock and roll your way upright to seated. Hands behind, pick up your hips, pull your shoulder blades under your heart, set the hips down. If you need to, you can pick up the hips so that when you lift your left leg, or you can keep your hips down, but my hips are tight enough that picking up my hips to find figure 4 here helps me a lot. Options here are 1, to stay here, or 2, you can walk the hands closer or your buttocks closer, or both, to get a little deeper outer hip opener. And remember that deeper isn't better. Make sure that you're vibrant and light, so brighten up through the heart space. Let the fire in the belly rise into the heart. And some of you will like holding the baby cradle version, and others will go, I want to try, but then you'll realize it's not for you, and whatever we need to do here. Keep the sole of your foot so that the big toe is pushing towards your arm. Yeah. Good, and then we'll release that. Strong figure 4, ankle foot. Walk your right foot to the left. Spread and lift those toes. Dip that whole leg down. So now we're in a twisted figure 4. Use your hands to push the pubic bone forward and down. And then we'll maybe have to take a block under that leg, or some of you will be able to open by leaning to your right and create a fire log here. So if you need a block, it goes there. And options are to walk a little twist to the right, pull in the navel, and some of you will be able to get your elbow to the sole of your foot to stack your hands. None of these are have-tos, and watch out for the malas. Malas will come in and being like, when you find that you're stuck, or that's a good mala word, I'm stuck, versus I'm in my healthy spot, I'm going to stay here. We start to have feelings of anavamala, unworthiness. Maya mala, I'm separate, I can't do what everybody else is doing. Or karma mala, I don't understand, I don't get it, I can't do it. Those are the different ways those might show up in your mind. Inhale, come up, or in your emotions. And release. Good job. Hands back. Deep breath. So whatever, if none of those malas showed up and you're just happy and content, then we know that Agni has done his job. Figure 4, right leg. One of the great stories of Agni is an encounter he had with Krishna and Arjuna, the 2 characters we mostly know from the Bhagavad Gita. And sit up tall if you want, go in a little closer, but I'll tell that story next practice. And it also brings in Vajra, the thunderbolt, who was wielded by Indra, the god of the heavens, and a little story of Maya. and how Agni's voracious appetite flushes the Maya. And Maya either goes into full effect, into the cloaking, which is where Maya will usually take us. That's one way it's seen as illusion. And the tantric yogi sees Maya as opportunity. All right, figure 4. Brighten up all the way through your toes. Walk that left foot to the right and dip it down. You might stay here because this is a great release for all that core work we did. Or you might decide you want to go into your Vasistasana, the fire log pose. And if you need to support it, great. Try to keep that left leg down on the floor. That's the one thing I ask. Yeah. And then as you bow the heart forward, can you push the inner thighs back and wide? So a great pose for constipation, but not if we're pulling and gripping in the hip flexors. So keeping that bottom leg down and just being good with where you are is a way to let the Apanavayu flow. Tone the core, walk it left, and maybe go into your twist. Ujjayi breath. Inhale, unwind. Set it free. And back to your backs. Yay. So much love. Namaste.